hello. My name is Rocky the River Otter, and today I will be interviewing a fine gentleman who was involved with the 1919 solar eclipse. For my first question, please tell me your name and tell us about your project.
Well, it is lovely to meet you, Rocky. My name is Sir Arthur Eddington. I'm a British astronomer. In 1919, I travelled to observe a total solar eclipse. My team and I wanted to see if the sun's gravity could actually bend the light coming from distant stars. This was a big deal because it gave us a chance to test one of Albert Einstein's ideas about gravity.
Wow, that's really cool. What were you guys trying to do, or what were you trying to find?
Oh, why, thank you. We were basically trying to find out if gravity could bend light. Einstein predicted that light from stars would bend slightly when passed close to the sun. During a total eclipse, the moon blocks the bright light from the sun, so we could actually photograph stars that appeared close to it. When we then compared where the stars actually appeared in the photos to where they normally should be.
That's really cool. Now, where did your project occur?
Well, the eclipse happened on May 29th, 1919. I travelled to Principe, an island off the west coast of Africa, to take photographs of the eclipse. Another team went to Sobral, Brazil, to observe it from there. This gave us 2 different locations to collect the information.
Wow, that sounds like it was really cool. Were there any other significant events that were happening around the world? That sounds like it was major.
Well, yes. This happened right after World War I, which had ended in 1918. Europe was still recovering, and there were a lot of tension between countries. What made our work so interesting, though, was that I was British and Einstein was German. So science was able to bring people together at a time when their countries had just been at war. And I think that made the story behind the experiment even more meaningful.
You know, I agree. I think your project was really meaningful. Well, who else was involved in your project?
Well, the most famous person connected to our work was Albert Einstein. Since we were testing a prediction from his theory of relativity, Frank Watson Dyson, the astronomer royal, helped to organize the expeditions. Edwin Cottingham traveled with me to Principe, while Andrew Crommelin and Charles Davidson went to Brazil.
Wow, you all must have grown really close. So, what was your role in the project?
My main role was helping lead the expeditions to Principe and observing the eclipse. We had to set up our equipment and photograph the stars during the short time that the moon completely covered the sun. Afterwards, I helped study the photographs and measurements to see if the star's light had actually been bent like Einstein predicted.
You sounded really important. So, what impact did your project have on the physics community?
Well, our results provided scientists some of the first major evidence supporting Einstein's general theory of relativity. Well, these results also helped Einstein become famous around the world. For physics, it was important because it supported a new way of thinking about gravity. Instead of gravity simply being the force that pulls things together, Einstein explained it as objects moving through a curved space and time.
I completely agree. I think your project has really shaped the physics community. So, did you think at the time that your experiment would become so famous?
No, of course not. I knew that testing Einstein's theory was very important, but I don't think anyone could have fully predicted how much attention the results we would receive. We were testing a completely new way of understanding gravity and the universe. So when our results supported Einstein's prediction, it became international news. It wasn't every day that a photograph of stars could help change our understanding of an entire universe.
Well, that interview went very well. I want to thank you, Sir Arthur Eddington, for sitting down for this interview.
Well, I appreciate it, Rocky. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.